she looks happy.
She is. She's a very happy soul.
So did she speak French? Or?
She was a Brooklyn girl. She was actually got her in a factory. I think it was Queens. Rescued her from this factory and it was very interesting because Raymond wanted a big German Shepherd because we live in a storefront, you know, to protect. But she never really. She just was only 50 pounds. She was really tiny, and
She holds herself like a large dog.
Here on this picture, but here you could see that she's tiny, kind of like.
Here she's more like a Shiba Inu, and there she's like a giant
exactly. But she was little, and her personality.
She had 2 dogs in one.
Two, and I love Shiba Inu, and it's so interesting because her personality was so like gentle, nothing like tough. She was just all shy and gentle, and she was that type.
Wow.
Like I never had to train her, and she never needed a leash. She was just a natural.
Well, this guy's like I call him Mr. Velcro because he's never more than 10 feet from me.
Just shadow kind of.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
That's how she was.
And every other dog we've had, even the Mastiff would kind of. She was more outgoing, and she was fine. But he's like totally bonded.
See, my dog was exactly the opposite. She loved taking her own walk.
Well, when I met Jane came with a big black setter, a Gordon setter.
Yeah.
And you take him in the woods, and you wouldn't see him the rest of the day. You might hear him about 500 yards.
But they come back.
Eventually, they come back
On their own terms, right?
Remember that Chevy Chase movie? I can't think of the name of it, but he comes into a lot of money. I think he sells a big novel, and he goes to Vermont. He starts living out every fantasy, like he buys a farmhouse, and then he sees an MG and he buys it, and then he's driving around downtown. He sees this Irish setter for sale, and he buys that. And he sticks it in the car, and he drives back to the farmhouse, opens the door, the dog jumps out, and then runs to a nearby hillside and won't come back for the rest of the movie. And all you see every time is like an outdoor scene. You see this dog loping along in the background. Every once in a while he'll kind of and shrug. And every Irish setter, owner in the theater would go, yeah.
I'm sorry you lost your dog.
Nina. I've lost her and I've lost Elise too. She was 24 years old.
24? Wow. 24.
Elise is her name. And we got Nina.
And how old was Nina when she died?
10.
That's a good life. I just lost my husky.
10 years.
It's hard when you know them for that long.
And we spent so much money too.
Yeah. What did she have?
They're never like
New?
They just practice. I don't think I want to go through that again. Yeah, they teach you so much.
They do. I learned so much from the dog.
Yeah,
it was wonderful.
Patience.
Yeah.
A lot of patience.
And how to live for the moment.
Yeah.
Live for the moment. Just like a little kid. Look at that. So cute. Yeah. 12 months I'll see you with another.
Yeah.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
What's your name?
Ray.
Ray. Thanks, Ray.
Bye.
So I had a student who was dying from AIDS. He was 5 years old. And he had no joy because he had no mother, no father. And he was in a home. And I came there to teach him. And I found out what I was going to teach him is just to have fun and just to forget about not being able to move. Nothing. And I asked the nun if I could bring baby. And she said, sure, it sounds like a good idea. And in the courtyard, there was a little tiny yard there. There was baby. He came with me on Friday. And Ruben, the little boy, is sitting now. He's propped up on a bench. And his little roommates are sitting around in wheelchairs. I brought baby and I took her off leash and she ran right up to him and jumped up on the bench and Ruben just petted her. And he just petted her and closed his eyes. And a couple minutes later,
Oh, you actually
I gave him a ball,
Yeah,
and he
I
threw
remember
it.
you last through July.
And she went and got it and
And
brought
then
it
I'll
back.
be praying again.
And she
That's what we
listened to
did
him.
get,
She
though.
never sat for me. She never did that. She did
Somebody's
everything
mom died
that he would ask.
and left her to bail.
And up until the day before he died, she came and visited him.
The last time I got
A year later. And baby went on to become a therapy dog and show love to children and show love to
Who did we
people.
lose this year?
And this showed me that even if my dog died, everything that she did was always going to be with me. And that I had enough room in my life to love another. And so I got Linus after she died. That's what I have to say.
Thank you.
But there's always a dog that needs you.
After the mourning period.
Yeah,
Yeah, everybody has their own time to.
right. Everyone does.
I
tried, to visit, but it just wasn't right yet.
No.
I couldn't do it.
I'm like,
I went to visit
agree.
a dog in Queens. Somebody sent me, and she was so beautiful. On the photo, I was like, oh my God, I love her. And when I went there, it was just. But I think any dog would. I'm just not ready because I feel also that I would compare too much, and it's not fair to the next dog.
Yeah.
I would just want her again.
We brought her as our second dog. After our first one died, I never thought I'd get another one. I didn't go through it. And then someone brought us a 6-week-old puppy. Do you want it? Yes.
You know what I've been doing? I've been kind of like talking to the spirit of Nina, my dog, and asking her to send me somebody because I think she knows exactly who I need.
Yeah. There's one out there that needs you. Really needs to be with you. So you're respecting the dog that passed on by getting another one of his species. I mean, my dog Daisy is a big German Shepherd mix. This is a rat terrier. He's crazy. He's nothing like that.
Look at the way he's looking at you.
I know my first dog,
Classic.
Felice. She was all about I was new in New York. She was like tough in the street. And my dog Nina was almost like, remember the power of gentleness. Don't become a tough. Forget that, that's the way, my
This
way.
dog who I credit keeping me surviving from cancer, I found on the street. Yeah, she was tied to a fence. You can see how she is. She's a beautiful, beautiful personality.
That's where we found Felice in the street. We found her in Brooklyn. On 4th Avenue and Foster, I think it is.
Just not her.
The dog running around. If you wasn't running.
So do you find this was healing?
Oh yeah.
Part of the healing process.
Really much. I did a lot of ritual. That's my way of healing. I roses everywhere we went. I haven't even finished because I still have rashes. I want to go to the hikes, but I need that. I don't know if it's a woman thing or what, but to me, it's like it's just time to process thing.
It is, and it gives some validation to your feelings.
It gives and being with people that, like you were saying before, that understand. Because a lot of people they feel it, but if they don't have a dog or an animal, a cat, they won't understand right away. And what the first person said, he cried more than what his father. I went to the same thing, and I felt sometimes a little weird to say that to my friends, but. I was telling them, my father, he was a good man and I loved him, but we spoke twice a year, he lives in Europe, we didn't see my dog, he's intimate, it's like a baby, and you share every little moment from the moment you wake up.
Yeah, they're really part of your day-to-day life.
Very intimate, every little,
Exactly.
next to, not on my bed, but next to me, so the first morning.
The mornings are the worst.
Yeah, exactly. The weekends were the worst because it was always where could we go for a little hike or we'd come here or so I had to find all these other like occupation and get myself busy with other projects. And I found out that my gardening became like, it has to be something where I give, you know, because it was nurtured, you know.
Yes, exactly.
I'm part of a community garden.
Yeah. Alright, well, I wish you
Thank you.
peace and
Hopefully next
and
time I'll
healing.
see you, maybe I'll have another dog.
It's okay.
Bye.
Bye. The first time I ever went to a funeral, which unfortunately was my own father's. You know, so you expect to see them again, and so maybe in your, your mind tries to trick you into having them again. But I don't know. I mean, I hope that there's an afterlife, and I hope that they'll be there.
Yeah.
But no one's sort of come back to tell me that it's actually there. So I remain skeptical of it.
We need the dog whisperer
We do. We need someone who can communicate with them.
on the other
On
side.
the other side, and then I'll know. Yeah, and that would be comforting.
Yes. I'm gonna say goodbye.
So I'm sorry about.
Thank you,
Yeah,
thanks.
It's always. It's all right to cry about it. So that's another thing. You know, it's all right to feel a loss because it certainly is a special one.
I'm not over it by now, you know? I'm kind of okay with it.
Yeah, it takes a while. But you go through the process.
I still call her, geek all the time.
Aww.
Even yesterday.
Well, I used to call my daughter Yuffie sometimes. Thanks, Mom. But she's my child, you know. I mean, she was my child.
My only question is, where has her soul gone?
I know, we were just talking about that. I don't know. I hope it's somewhere. I hope it be in some other dimension.
Yeah, definitely. Even in like a blade of grass.
Think 2001: A Space Odyssey.
Yes.
There you go.
Yeah, that's true.
The greatest death scene in cinema.
I agree.
Well, Bob, thank you.
Very good.
It's very consoling. Oh, I was going to clean my cup. Thank you.
Well, email me some a eulogy for her. We'll put her on the website.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
I will
because
do
we have
that.
space on the FIDO thing. So
Okay.
yeah, if you go to there's an in memoriam button, and just click on that and kind of look at what's there.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We're on our way.
Bye.
Give me the garbage and we'll take that.
Goodbye, Mr. Spumoni, or Miss Spumoni.
His friend Alfred, there was an orange one here.
He's gorgeous. There's Alfred.
Alfred!
Oh, I say a day or two away. Oh boy.
One thing they have over humans, you know. Dogs do not cause wars. Dogs do not stab people in the back.
They don't drink.
They don't drink, you know. They do anything stupid. You know? They don't pollute the environment. They give it unqualified, unconditional love.